Hey everybody, it's Rob. We're back. Going to do another Hack the Box walkthrough. This time we're going to be doing a machine called Netmon. It's one of the retired machines. It's a Windows machine and it's rated as easy. Personally, I didn't think it was that easy. Um, there's a little bit of some trickiness to it, but overall, not too bad. So anyway, you can see that I am connected to Hack the Box's VPN, and you can see I have Netmon spun up, and here's its IP address. So as we do every time we start one of these machines, we ran an Nmap scan. Now, Hack the Box is just slow for me with if I do the all ports aggressive scans. So I've been just doing a standard service version detection scan T4 on the IP addresses. And there's actually quite a bit that comes back on this one. We can see 21, 80, 135, 139, 445, 5985, which is typically like Windows remote management. So the easy thing to try here, first of all, is let's just try and log in anonymously to the FTP site. So FTP, and is that the IP address? Yes. So we'll FTP to the IP address. We'll type in anonymous. Anonymous access is allowed. So now we're going to type in a password, and we're in. So we're going to do a dir. And it looks like we're at the root of the Windows file system, actually. So that's pretty cool. So let's do some poking around. cd users, dir, and there's administrator and public. Okay. Let's go to, let's see if we can get into the administrator directory. And the answer is going to be no. But okay, access denied. So then let's go in cd public. And then we'll do dir. And we'll go to desktop. And we'll do a dir. And there's the user flag. So let's, because we're on FTP, we'll do get user.txt. All right, cd, and cd, cd. All right, so to figure out what we're doing here, I think we should go to the IP address of the machine. And we do. We get this PRTG network monitor, which is apparently some network monitoring software. So I said, what's the default credentials for PRTG web interface, and how do I change them? So PRTG admin and PRTG admin. I tried both of those. Did not work. So I poked around in the FTP sites more. I couldn't find a whole lot. So I actually came back in here. I tried to do dir busting. That did not work at all. And I said, where does PRTG Netmon keep configuration files? And it says it's typically in the program data Paceler directory. So if we go back to the FTP site and we do a dir, let's do dir, and I think it's /a. I thought it was dir /a where you could see hidden files, but that might just work in like SSH or a regular shell. So, I mean, everybody who uses Windows knows the program data file is a hidden folder at the root. All right, so we're just going to try and get into it, see what happens. cd program data. Says successful. dir, and here we go. So now there's the Paceler directory. So I think that's how you say Paceler. So cd pa, and then we'll do another dir. And we got the PRTG network monitor folder. So we'll do cd PR, and then we'll do another directory. And I think we hit pay dirt here. So we got the PRTG configuration.old and old.back. Let's grab the old.back. So we'll do get. Let's just try and copy and paste. See if that works. Copy, paste clipboard. No. So what you're going to have to do is put some backslashes in here to escape. There we go. All right. So just in case everybody doesn't know, you have to escape that space. Otherwise, sometimes you're not going to be able to change directories and everything. So you'll see people do like program / space files / just know that you need to do that occasionally. Okay. So we got this file. Let's take a look at what we got so far as loot goes. Open folder. We got the user.txt. So there's the user flag right there. So you can pop that in. And then we got this PRTG configuration.old.back. And if you look, scroll down, not too far from the top, right down here. It's still the username, they have not changed it, so it's PRTG admin. And the password is PRTG admin 2018. So what I started doing at this point was to do a search on vulnerabilities. And there's definitely this one right here, 46527. And I actually went out to the interwebs and I found this one. This was a rewritten version of it in GitHub. And I took a look at it and it looked pretty good. It's got, it is authenticated though. So we would not have been able to use this if we did not have a username and a password. Okay. So let's look at the code. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. So we're going to probably have to do this in a virtual Python environment because I know Colorama, socket's good, logging's good, threading's good. Impact, it's probably not going to be installed. Colorama, definitely not. And I think it needs requests from what I messed with last time. You do have to do some monkeying around with this to get it to work. But this bad boy, if we can get it working, it's all in one. It does the spawning of the shell, the listener and the shell in the same exact window. Okay, so we want to download this code. So I'm just going to click download raw code. And then we're going to come over here. We have the code in downloads, I believe. Yep. Okay. So we'll just copy this over to Kali. And I'm going to make a folder. And I can't remember what this CVE is called. 2018-9276. So that's what I'm going to call it. 2018-976. CVE 2018-9726. That was right, I believe, 9726. 9276. So we'll just change that real quick. Cancel. I like to keep them organized and correct because I keep some of these vulnerabilities sometimes. Or these exploits, I mean. So let's just pop this exploit in here. You can see it's in there now, and we're going to do open a root terminal. And what we're going to do first and foremost is we're going to create a virtual environment. And you do that, I've done this many times before. for you guys, it's Python 3. You're using the module venv, and we're creating a virtual environment called .venv. Going to hit enter. All right, so now if we do an ls, we need to make that bad boy executable. So plus x, do an ls. All right, now if we go back to the actual GitHub, they're nice enough to give us a usage here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this because it's going to save us some time. All right, so for pass, we need this password. Copy. It's clipboard, and I'm actually going to put this in single quotes because it's got some characters in it. User is going to be PRTG admin. Host port, which is going to be the port we want to connect back to, I'm going to put 6666. My IP address is 10.10.14.124. And then the target port, this software is running on 80, so we're going to put 80. And then the target IP, I'm just going to copy it from over here. Copy, paste clipboard, fix that. All right, so let's just look at this. And then, of course, if we're going to run it, we need to run it in our virtual environment. So I'm going to do .venv bin. And I'm going to use Python. And then we're running the exploit. And then the target is the Netmon machine IP address. The port is the Netmon port that the PRTG software is running on, which is 80. Localhost is your attack machine. Local port is the port you want to have the listener connect back on. The user is the PRTG admin. The password is the password we got from the backup. Okay. Now, when we run this, we're probably going to get some errors. We'll work through those together. Okay. All right. No module named Colorama. So what we got to do is .venv bin pip install Colorama. Okay, Colorama is installed. Now we'll try running it again. Now we have no module name Impacket. So scroll back up, we'll install Impacket, and you definitely want to do this in a virtual environment because if you install this, you may jack up all your other Impacket tools. Okay. And then we're going to run it again. And this is where I got stuck for the longest time. Okay. I kept getting this username password is not correct. Try again. That's when I got the brilliant idea that maybe I should go try and log into the website with this, right? So I came back over here. It's PRTG admin. Right, and then we're going to paste in that password, and when we try to log in, it doesn't work. So I was stuck here for a while, and then I thought to myself, well, it's obviously 2018, right? Because it's the year this CVE was released. It's the year of the vulnerability. It's everything, and this is a backup to the old. So I said, well, maybe potentially they changed the password and just like most lazy people incremented it 1. Okay. So I came back over here. I did PRTG admin. I pasted that password in again, and I went back and changed the last character from an 8 to a 9, and it lets you in. So now we should be able to go back to this exploit, put the correct password in, and let's see if it works. We may still have to do some cleanup, so don't get your hopes up. All right. We hit enter, and this is a good sign, okay? Very good sign. Staged. Listening, there's the listener. And it's connected to the listener. And here we are. So, I know what you are wondering is, can we get into C users administrator? And we can. So now we go CD desktop, we do a dir, and there's the root.txt. So we do type root.txt, and there's the flag. I have a feeling there's probably a half a dozen ways you could have done this machine. I really just like trying to find remote code execution vulnerability exploits and doing that. This was a little bit of a strange one for me. It took me forever to think. I just kept getting that error with the username and password. And I'm like, well, that's the username and password that, was in that configuration file. But then I remembered it was the .old.back. And I tried incrementing and it worked. So, ultimately you got to think outside the box sometimes, but this one was fairly straightforward. You got to really kind of think like, where's the configuration files? You're going to try the default credentials. You're going to look for exploits. I was a little worried at first because the only exploits I could find that seemed worthwhile were authenticated, and I didn't have credentials. Then I found credentials and I got excited and they didn't work. So, sometimes things require you to shift your thinking and come up with new solutions, or just think about how normal users think, right? Most normal users are lazy, and when they are forced to change their password, they do some kind of incrementation. So, winter 2021 exclamation point is very popular, and then winter 2022, winter 2023, etc. So, hope you guys found this walkthrough useful. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them below. Certainly, I will include all the links that I talked about in this video in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.